Hello everybody. In today's video we're looking at Luke's X-Wing, one of the new 2021 releases for this year for Star Wars. This is winter 2021. I'm pretty sure in the summer we're gonna get a little more, but here we go. So this is Luke's X-Wing, and of course this isn't the first X-Wing that LEGO's done. In the past you've gotten many different X-Wings. This one is just Luke's, you know. This is my first LEGO X-Wing, surprise surprise. I may have done LEGO in the past, but I've never gotten Poe's X-Wing or the other Resistance X-Wings because I do not support the sequels. So this is an OT X-Wing fighter, and I thought, well, now is my chance to get an X-Wing, because also included in this release wave was the Imperial TIE Fighter, which was the other thing that was out as well. So there's that. So without further ado, let's take a look at this right now. So the X-Wing fighter, first thing I want to do, like I've done with the Imperial TIE Fighter, is to compare the other size of this thing. Speaking of the Imperial TIE Fighter, well, let's take a look at that first. So here's the TIE Fighter, the other set that came out for this year. And in terms of the size, yeah, they are pretty evenly matched. The TIE Fighter may look a little bit bigger, but the X-Wing is much longer. So in terms of the size, yeah, just about right. It's not that big. Easily pick it up with your hands or even one hand and swoosh it around, compared to like super big UCS ships. And it's not bad. And speaking of which, there's one more ship we can use the comparison for. That is, of course, the one and only Millennium Falcon. Let me remove the TIE Fighter for a second. Move the X-Wing over. Then, here is the Falcon. The Rise of Skywalker version, of course, because that's the only Falcon that I have. So, yeah, the size is appropriate. Makes sense. The X-Wing looks like it's almost the same size as the Falcon, but I don't think that's the case. So, LEGO has nailed the portions of this pretty well, so it's not bad. And definitely it's an affordable size too. You know, if it's too big, it requires more parts, and hence it'll be very expensive. So the price to part ratio isn't bad at all, given that this is a $70 set. Yes, this is $70, a little more expensive than the TIE Fighter, but still. First and foremost, I am genuinely impressed by the overall impression of it. I know in the past LEGO has done many other X-Wings, but being my first X-Wing, I'm personally really enjoying this a lot. It looks awesome. I'm happy with the way it turned out. Maybe a little bit of things that are lacking. There are some stickers being used in this build, which is a little unfortunate, but it's what you'd expect. It's nothing too bad at all. So starting off with the fronts here, we've got the main nose up here, which is fine. We've got a sticker sheet up here, that's a sticker print. You got the nice combination of brownish red and white going on, as you know it should be for the normal X-Wing color scheme. Here's the cockpit. You lift that up. This is where Luke can sit. There are no levers, so you're just gonna have to imagine Luke is just flying, has actual controls while flying this thing and blowing that fuse into the Death Star. So there's that. The cockpit is a little bit on the longer side. Look at how it goes over the studs here onto this side. So I feel like either LEGO should push the controls forward a little more, give Luke a little more space. Maybe you can fit someone else behind or something, or make the cockpit piece a lot shorter. So there's that. But I think it's fine. It's just I feel like this white bit here is a little bit off in my opinion. Another problem I saw already is the main engines in the front here. It's empty. I think LEGO should have stuck a plate, a round tile or something inside to at least fill it up, give it a little bit of color. I know they've done it for the the back here, but if only they did something not too big, just at least fill up the front engines and here, then it should be fine. The same thing goes on this side as well. And then in between you just got some stickers on this side, and then as well as this side as well. So a heavy, not too heavy, but a good usage of stickers does happen in this set. So If you're a sticker hater, be aware. At the bottom of the X-Wing, you can see it's being held up by these ski snow sled-like pads. And no, they're not retractable. You can't put them away. They are just stuck in there like that. So if you want this to be in completely flight mode, this is super flexible. So I guess you can take this apart and just keep it in flight mode. But they're not retractable. They are stuck in place, and you're gonna have to live with it. So sucks, but oh well. The wings with the guns, you can't really shoot anything out of these, but they do have spring-loaded shooters, which is great. Of course, the X-Wings are most famous for their S-foils when they turn to attack position, and of course we can show you LEGO has integrated the play feature in here perfectly for the S-foils, so that's done pretty nicely. Let's show you the spring-loaded shooter pretty quickly, and on top of the wings there are S-foils. In fact, there's just stickers. Both of these pieces are stickers, and then the same thing goes on this side, also stickers. And then we've also got a spring-loaded shooter on this. You know what? We're just gonna fire one for the video. That shot straight in my face. Ow! But there you go. So no trigger function needed. You just gotta lightly tap the bullet, and then it'll fire away. So there's that. All right. So on the top here, we've got where R2-D2 sits, or if this wasn't Luke's X-Wing, you can always pretend this is just a random X-Wing. You can sit another astromech inside, so this is where you can remove R2-D2, and hence this is where any astromech can pretty much go, not just R2-D2. Up here is a little hilt where Luke can store his lightsaber if you wanted to, or a blaster or something, but I'm pretty sure it's built specifically for his lightsaber. And then finally, on the back side here, got the main engine thrusters, looking nice. See, this is what they've done. They filled up the back pretty well, and if only they'd done the same in the front. The back is just, it looks good, except for the middle part. The middle part's a little iffy, but oh well. So, you may think, well, for the S-foils play feature, you can just lift open the wings and boom. Well, yes, but there's a much cooler play feature, which is this Technic pin in the middle. Right here where my thumb is, I'm tapping it. So when you press on it, then it turns in the S-foils into attack position. So I press down, boom, there we go. So I can just technically fold it back up like this and then just do this directly, but it's so much cooler when they open up and sync when you press this button, the Technic lift arm. So there you go. So this is what the X-Wing looks like when it's in attack position. Now I have to hold up in the air to show you the attack position, because the moment I set this back down on the surface, the wings are just gonna close back up and be in its normal position. So there you go. This is what the X-Wing looks like when it's in attack mode and in combat mode. So looking very, very nice. This is as far as it can go. You can't go any further. And yeah, it looks great. I'm genuinely very happy with this. So they've done a pretty good job with this, and they've kept the iconic mechanism of the X-Wing, and they've done it really, really well. So not bad for Red 5. And yeah, so oh my god, sorry for the squeaking. So Luke's X-Wing, aka Red 5, not bad at all. Genuinely very impressed with it. There was some iffiness happening in some areas, but overall the ship is very, very good, and it is definitely going on top of one of my favorites. So let's take a look at the minifigures. You know, for a set that's called Luke's X-Wing, it sure has a lot of minifigures. In fact, it has more minifigures than you would expect, because Luke's X-Wing is mainly just Luke and R2-D2. But they've also included Leia, as well as a brand new figure. This character's been around, but LEGO finally did a figure of him. It's General Dodonna. But first, before we look at him, let's look at the common figures. So first and foremost, here's R2-D2. Literally nothing new for him. We've gotten him in so many other sets in the past, so nothing new. And I'm surprised if you haven't collected R2-D2 at this point, then what kind of sets are you getting? There's a lot of sets recently have R2-D2 in it, so, and cheap sets too. So nothing new at all for this little guy. Also not new, we got Leia. This Leia, I think the other time you can get her is in the Tantive 4, so this is a much cheaper option to get Leia. This is a New Hope Leia, so she's in her princess robes, hence the skirt leg piece that she has here. So he's also got her A New Hope hair. Yeah, 2 faces. There you go. She's got her pistol, and yeah, so there's that. And then we have Luke himself, of course. This is Luke's X-Wing, so of course it makes sense. We have Luke in his pilot outfit. Very nice. He's got his lightsaber, which you can store at the back of, on the top of his X-Wing when you're flying the X-Wing. Take that off. Yes, the visor for the helmet is printed on his face. It's not part of the mold of this helmet, unfortunately. In the past, they've done something like that, but in this case, it's not it. See, here's one with Luke's visor raised up. So it's all about the prints. It's not about the molds. So a little bit unfortunate. You can't really do much customization with this guy with the face, because you're gonna have to include both that and the helmet. The helmet itself has some pretty nice prints on it, and apart from that, the orange outfit, nothing too special after that. Whoops, sorry, Leia. And then finally, the new figure, the new guy, the new hot shot in this set, General Dodonna, I don't know. But here he is, in Lego form. Now I don't remember if Lego's done a figure of him in the past. To me, I think he is actually new for the first time, so not bad. I like his hair piece here. I think it's also the same one as they used for the Lego Doctor Who. There you go. He has 2 faces as well. He's got his silver weapon, silver rifle. Not black, silver. It's interesting. And the rest of the prints on his torso mold, nothing. It is pretty close to what it looks in the movie. And let me just say, Lego include more of these characters who don't have a lot of screen time in the films, but still deserve to be in the minifigures. So the Dodonna here is definitely the hot shot of this set. So that is all the minifigures. And finally, but definitely not the least, here is the box. This is a $70 set, so the box looks like a $50 set in Ninjago standards, but remember, this is Star Wars. It's a licensed theme, so it's a little bit on the expensive side given the size of the box. So this is set 75301 with 474 pieces. You can see the nice photograph of Luke flying through the trenches of the Death Star, where he performs his iconic trench run. So there's that. And then at the back of the box, showing you the play features of this magnificent Red 1 X-Wing, which you can do the S-foils attack position. There is also the spring-loaded shooters, which we saw earlier. So apart from that, that is pretty much it for the box. It's just a box, man. What'd you expect out of this box? It's a box. All right. So Luke's X-Wing, good value. This is a hint more expensive than the TIE Fighter. The TIE Fighter was $50. This one is, I believe it was like $70, so it's a little bit more expensive. But I do appreciate the introduction of General Dodonna. I think Lego has rarely done a figure on him, so it is nice to see a new character come into the Lego world. Luke and Leia aren't new. We've seen them before. R2-D2 ain't new either. The X-Wing itself, love the S-foils play feature. They've done that very, very well. And if I gotta say, if I was to pick this or the TIE Fighter, I would definitely say this X-Wing will definitely top the TIE Fighter by a mile. And there are a little bit of stickers, but apart from that, it's not bad at all. It's small, it's playable, a child can pick up with it and have some easy fun with it. And it will look pretty nice if you display it on the shelf or something. So my final thoughts on this, my final grade on this will probably be a 9 out of 10. I am genuinely very, very impressed and happy with it. It's just, my main concern is just it's a little bit bland on these front engines right there. I believe a little bit of orange or some sort of thing to fill it in would give it a little bit of life and not make it super boring. But apart from that, it is not bad at all, and I think Lego has done a very good job on this. So if you enjoyed this video and if you agreed with what I said, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more, as I will continue to bring you more Lego content coming your way very, very soon. Bye for now.